Welcome to day 29 of the 30-day MyDFIR SOC Analyst Challenge, which is a challenge that I created for the sole purpose of helping aspiring SOC analysts obtain practical experience in 30 days. By the end of this video, you'll have successfully installed Elastic's EDR called Elastic Defend and view the telemetry it generates. Let's get started. Elastic has its own EDR, endpoint detection and response, and this is called Elastic Defend. Now, with a free subscription, you can go ahead and download and install Elastic Defend on your endpoints to immediately begin protecting them from malicious activity. However, with a free subscription, you are unable to isolate the host remotely. So do keep that in mind. To install and get started with Elastic Defend, what you want to do is click on the hamburger icon on the top left corner and scroll down to the bottom and click on Integrations. From here, you want to click on Elastic Defend. And then click on Add Elastic Defend. For the integration name, I'll call this as MyDFIR-EDR. Description, Elastic EDR-MyDFIR 30-day. When it comes to the configuration settings, we do have 4 different types of configurations. The first one is data collection, the next is next-gen antivirus, then we have essential EDR, and then complete EDR. On the dropdown itself, it provides you with 2 different options. So the first one is a traditional endpoint. So this is your desktop, laptops, virtual machines. And the next one is cloud workloads, which includes Linux servers or Kubernetes environments. For our instance, traditional endpoints will do just fine. And because we did enable our 30-day free trial, I am going to select complete EDR. And this will basically have everything in essential EDR plus full telemetry. When it comes to adding this integration, we want to add it to our existing host. And the one that we're interested in is the Windows server. So I'll select the MyDFIR-Windows-policy. This is why it's nice to have a fleet server, because now I can just manage a bunch of agents in a centralized location. Now I can click on Save and Continue, and save and deploy changes. Once we've added our Windows server to Elastic Defend, what we can do is click on the hamburger icon, scroll down to Security, and click on Manage. And then we can select Endpoints. We do see one endpoint that is currently running Elastic Defend, so that is good news. And if I click on Actions on the right-hand side, we do have an action of Isolate Host. And this is because, again, we enabled our 30-day trial. If you're on the free subscription, isolating host will not be available for you. Over to Voucher, I'll open up my console for the Windows server. And let's go ahead and terminate our MyDFIR-30.exe process. And if I were to double click this, in theory, Elastic Defend should block it. Oh, we get operation did not complete successfully because the file contains a virus or potentially unwanted software. And we do see it. Malware alert. Elastic security prevented MyDFIR-30.exe. Let's minimize this and head over to our Kibana. Let's open up a Discover tab, and I'm going to search for malware because I want to see Elastic Defend's telemetry that was generated. I'll change the time to last 15 minutes. And if I click on timestamp and sort it from new to old, and at the top, we get a malware prevention alert. Go ahead and open that. Let's see here. So the agent type is endpoint alerts. Scrolling down under the event.code, we have malicious file. The file directory is C users public downloads. So that is where our C2 agent was living in. And here's the quarantine path. And here is the file name with the file owner as well. And we have the file hash. Awesome. Now, if we were to go over to our alerts, under security, we do get a malware prevention alert. I'll open that up by clicking on View Details, and it says here, generates a detection alert each time an Elastic Endpoint Security alert is received. Enabling this rule allows you to immediately begin investigating your endpoints. Scrolling down, there is no investigation guide for this rule, but looking at the highlighted fields, we immediately have some useful information. For example, we have the process executable and the file path, along with its file hash. Clicking on visualizations, we don't really see too much, but we do see the process tree, which is quite nice. Although explorer.exe and MyDFIR-30.exe is shown here, if for whatever reason MyDFIR-30 spawned rundll32, it would also show the process of rundll32 right here as well. Now, if we scroll all the way down to responses, currently there's nothing, but if we click on it, we could actually edit the rule setting and set up a responsive action. And why don't we do that? Now I'll click on malware prevention alert, click on edit rule setting, and under action, I'll click on elastic defend. For the response action, let's go ahead and isolate the host. For the comment, I'll say testing and save changes. Now let's go ahead and do this again. I'll click on view console and open up a command prompt. And what I'll do is an infinite ping by typing in ping 8.8.8.8, which is Google's DNS, and I'll do -t. And this right here will essentially do an infinite ping. Now, since our elastic defend did quarantine our file, I will have to go out and download that file again. By opening up a PowerShell window, I'll go ahead and just hit the up arrow key and hit enter. This will download the file and, oh, look at that, immediately deleted the file. It detected the malware, and soon, hopefully, our server should be isolated. And after a couple minutes, eventually our server is now isolated. That is pretty cool. And again, I did mention this earlier, but if you're on a free license, you will not be able to isolate your host. If you followed along throughout the entire challenge, congratulations on completing the 30-day MyDFIR SOC Analyst Challenge. From the bottom of my heart, I truly hope that this was not only informative, but fun and challenging for you. As I mentioned in earlier videos, you should now have a mini SOC environment where you can continue to gain valuable practical experience to help set you apart from your competition. If you're serious about becoming a SOC analyst, I do hope that you are participating in the giveaway, as this will prove to me that you actually did the work. If you weren't aware of the giveaway, you can find more information in the description down below. Now, if this challenge did help you in any way, please share this with other aspiring SOC analysts that you might know of. At the end of the day, we are all on the same team, and we all need to get better, one step at a time. The last video is going to be dedicated towards troubleshooting. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you want to. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.